Coming up, an orgy of battered bumpers and mangled metal.
Right hand down, all the way.
I'm not going to give up anyway. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up.
Britain's roads are a shambles. The nation's tarmac is more clogged up than a Glaswegian football supporter's arteries. But there's a much, much more serious menace, and that's thousands of dopey drivers who are congenitally incapable of controlling anything larger than an electric toothbrush. So, to help keep chaos off our carriageways, we've found 8 dire drivers desperately in need of some motoring rehab. We're going to give them some serious tuition and then put them through a series of challenges. And to make sure we have their undivided attention, the driver who improves the most in each show gets released back onto the streets in a spanking new motor. That's right, we're rewarding good driving with free cars. Everything from a comely convertible to a lacklustre larder. Who wins what is entirely up to me. To avoid the larder, they'll have to try harder. And deciding who displays the greatest improvement is down to our panel of hand-picked experts, and we haven't chosen them for their charm.
She says she wants the shortest, quickest route. I'm just wondering, is it the hospital or the morgue?
That self-awareness perhaps hinders your ability to make very quick decisions around driving.
You've got to think more, honey, and slow it down a bit.
But you've got the capability to be an excellent driver or a lethal weapon.
From our control centre, the judges will follow the contestants' calamities. Every week, they'll decide who goes and who stays, leaving one of our aimless 8 to be crowned Britain's worst driver. Right then, let's see how dire is dire. Poor drivers find clutch control and parallel parking as easy as quantum physics. Our first challenge, rather mischievously, combines them both. Even though our 8 all have full licences, they still need help, some a lot, which is why before every challenge we'll give them some badly needed driving lessons. Our lot showed dodgy clutch and accelerator control, a complete lack of spatial awareness, problems with bushes, and they're not very good at, well, driving.
Do you know what? That is the best parallel park I've ever done.
Good.
And now it's time for our first challenge, the parallel park from purgatory, slotting into a parking space on a 1 in 4 gradient. And to make this challenge more challenging, we've thrown in 170 kilos worth of crash test dummies. Fitted special contact sensors to the parked cars to pick up any impacts. And to simulate a British summer, we've organised a small thunderstorm. My turn first. It's just a question of balancing your clutch, handbrake and accelerator. There. Right, that took me 39 seconds, made very interesting by having the North Atlantic going down the back screen. Let's see how long it takes the hopeless ones. First up is Bristol beautician Becky. She's had 13 tests and an awful lot of lessons.
I think I had about, in total, between 180 and 200 driving lessons.
Just go steady, steady!
Becky's passenger is her mother and nominator, Kim.
Slow. Can you see?
No, but I'm not going to see. I'm not going to see.
See, you stalled it again. Put it in into neutral and just
That isn't neutral!
That isn't neutral! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh. She has no
me.
feel.
No balance of the clutch.
No. Back a little bit more.
Becky!
Getting way. I can't see any way. You've done it again. Well, you just go back a little bit more.
This is so accurate. Is that it there?
What do you think, Mum?
I am shaking. I am completely and utterly shaking.
It looks like Becky's mum could be one of her biggest problems.
And so when you've got somebody else criticising you, when they don't know what they would do in that situation, I can't stand it. Because I do feel the show is about me improving myself, not about my mum shouting at me.
Tim is unbelievably cautious. To him, 25 miles an hour is speeding.
I need to drive within my own parameters, that I need to drive quite slowly.
Just getting in a car seems to make timid Tim stressful.
Basically fine, mate. Don't let them psych you out. Yeah, we're in, mate. We're not in, aren't we? No, nearly. This is really, really good.
Over
really,
4 minutes,
really
but Tim
good.
slots it in eventually.
You're in. Well done. Fantastic. Brilliant.
Valley has had 24 accidents in as many years.
But 4 weren't my fault, but 20 were.
She's off like a heat-seeking missile, completely sailing past the parking space.
You got to back into that space. It started in the rain. Follow right hand. Whoop, that's it, you just tapped it. Valley, you're useless. But that's why you're here.
Valley overcompensates for a lack of skill by nervous laughter. Her biggest flaw is that she's never taken the craft of driving seriously.
No. Go on, you can do it. Keep going, don't worry about the front. That's it. Finish. Turn the engine off. Way!
Joseph isn't allowed to drive his wife's BMW because she thinks he's dangerous.
She thinks I'm a bad driver.
Stop.
Stalled.
Already we see that Joseph's confidence is being disabled by a front seat wife who just won't shut up.
Turn. Okay, just let it go in.
June has been driving for over 30 years. She hasn't had any accidents. She hasn't had any fine, and I'm pretty sure what she says is right.
Turn wheel first before you let the brake go, has it? You're not listening.
I think his biggest problem is his wife.
I think you're absolutely right. And what's happened is the dynamic's set up so that he almost looks to her now for advice, even though the advice is back, and when she's not saying, he says, "What am I doing?"
No. Should have gone. We should have gone back further. Okay.
June, don't you think you were a bit hard on Joseph in the car? Giving him a hard time? Do you think you might have put him off?
Yes, probably, but he wasn't listening anyway. He was doing exactly what he wanted to do.
Kay hasn't parallel parked since 1987.
When it comes to parking, I've got to be the world's worst.
You not got the engine going.
I can't stop you.
You had to get between those two cars there.
What do we? Oh my God.
Kay and Charles have been divorced for 18 years, but still live together.
You're not moving, Kay.
I can't see where the two cars
They're
are.
there.
Can't do it.
Just go back.
You're making me nervous.
Another crash?
Keep turning, Kay. The other way.
I
that
am.
way.
Shut up. You're shouting at me too much.
I'm not shouting at you. I'm just telling you.
She's got herself into a real panic and fluster now, hasn't she?
She's burnt the clutch out.
Keep going. The other way.
I can't do in this car, Chaz. It's smoking, I know.
Go a bit more then.
I can't. It won't go in.
Kay's incredibly heavy-footed, which is why she's cooked the clutch.
You need a fire engine.
Just go back a bit. You've done it, Kay.
Can't get it, Chaz.
8 minutes and Kay's still all over the place.
Getting out the car's on fire. The car's on fire!
Honestly, it's really, really difficult. And look...
I couldn't get the reverse gear in. And the car started going on fire.
No, look. Honestly, it's a very difficult thing to do. You've got water, you've got this hill. You know, you really haven't done that badly, I promise. You know,
I'm not going to give up anyway. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up.
I've decided to give Kay some reversing lessons in my car, and with this much space, we should be safe. Surely. Right, into reverse.
Is this big pedal
brake. Right hand down, Kay. Right hand down, Kay. So you're getting confused with your lefts and right. No, you've got to face these demons, Kay. Whoa, brake! Never mind. Okay, put her into park. I think we've got a lot more work to do on this.
I know.
Okay, let's go backwards. Left hand down, Kate. Left hand down. Left!
That is my left.
Left, more! More! Right. Straighten her up. Left.
Right now, isn't it?
No.
I'm a disaster.
No, you're not a disaster, Kate. You just haven't been taught how to reverse properly. Okay, stop. Sadly, today I'm going to have to admit defeat. Join us in part 2 when we let our woeful wheel twirlers loose on this skid car. And our panel of experts will definitively decide who gets to drive home in a sparkling new motor.
Absolutely no concept but speed.
Oh my God.
That's the problem, mate. It's completely out of control.
It makes me really sad.
Which one would you choose? Welcome back to Britain's Worst Driver. Our atrocious 8 have one challenge left to persuade the judges to give them one of our brand new cars. Who will it be? Our second challenge should see our dimwit drivers slip-sliding all over the place in a skid car. 95% of all drivers in the UK admit they wouldn't know what to do in a skid. Understanding how to cope when your car suddenly loses grip is something most of us are never taught. We've put our contestants in a specially designed skid cradle. The cradle electronically lifts the car's wheels off the ground to simulate a loss of traction. Now, we knew this would be hard, but what we really wanted to find out is how our contestants drive without their partners on board. In the passenger seat is our head of skidding, Martin. Now, this challenge is about controlling your car in bad weather. If you were to hit a greasy road, standing water, black ice, lose control, back end goes out, knowing how to catch it could save your life. All our drivers have to do is to avoid hitting things. Here we go. She's out, caught it. Holding, we're coming up to a very, very sharp one. Scrub off the speed. And she's going. We caught it. And we go to a garage now, and I've got to stop, and it's black ice, and I've not got to hit this wall. And I haven't. Before the challenge, we taught everybody the laws of skid control. Don't panic, be gentle with the brake and throttle. Oh dear. If the back slides, steer towards it, and always, always avoid locking up your brakes like this, because stopping will take an eternity. This is the last chance for our drivers to impress the judges with some improvement. Leaden-footed as ever, Luton Mum Sharon nails the throttle, and it all gets very messy.
I tend to put my feet on the pedals and freeze them there, you know, in times of panic, just and just hope and let the best happen.
Again, she stabs at the brake and locks up all the wheels.
That wasn't so good.
So what do our judges think?
When you're driving, what are you seeing? What's going through your mind?
A to B, quick as possible, shortest route.
Mick, is Sharon going to get the paramedics out?
Well, she says she wants the shortest, quickest route. I'm just wondering, is it the hospital or the morgue?
Street racer Craig is usually found lowering the property values of Tamworth.
You've just gone over a red light.
Oh,
you could have killed someone then.
there was nobody about.
What you're about to see isn't bravado for the cameras. This is how Craig drives normally.
To reverse, sort it out.
Look at the position there. That is awful.
Unbelievable.
Despite a long lecture about gentle use of the throttle and brake, Craig guns the gas so hard that he can't even stay on the course. Once he tastes speed, he goes bonkers.
He is an absolute worry on the road.
You shouldn't be on the road.
Not my tyres!
Craig, as we'll see later, actually likes losing control. Lighting up the rear tyres like that and flooring the gas is getting him nowhere very fast.
I can't believe people have licences who drive this
It's
badly.
actually no responsibility taking at all.
You can see that Craig really enjoys driving like a nutter, but he knows what his problems are.
You're braking. I ought to learn more stopping distances more than anything, I think.
You drive at speed, and you drive at a speed which is above your capabilities, to be honest. You're going to have to calm it down and think a bit more about what you're doing.
You tend to stab at the controls like a prize fighter, Craig.
I've been told I've got a lead right foot.
Neil, would you insure Craig? Honest answer to honest question.
How many cars have you written off, Craig?
About 30.
30. The answer's no, Quentin.
Go.
Kay makes amends after a disastrous first challenge with an uneventful round. When we first met 18-year-old Arif in North London, he drove so wildly that our driving instructor got the wobbles and bailed out of his car.
Sorry.
But now he's driving like Sister Wendy. We're beginning to suspect that he's driving like a nun to win a car.
Well done again.
What's your driving normally like?
My driving can be very dangerous to other people around me and other
I'll
cars.
concur. I've seen you drive and you are a lunatic.
I was.
You was?
I was.
Now, Arif says that he's undergone this miraculous conversion. Do either of you two buy this?
We'll wait and see, shall we?
At last, a genuine sliver of improvement. Joseph is a much better driver without his wife.
Listen, it's so quiet without her.
With no one to bend his ear, he concentrates hard, controls his car, completes a blameless round, and doesn't hit a thing.
Well done.
Could we also, at this stage, have June, Joseph's wife?
When you're driving, Joseph, are you driving or is June?
I am driving.
Are you sure?
Yes.
But when I saw your performance on the skid pan, on your own, you, and I say this with the greatest possible respect, June, you drove better because you were making those decisions yourself. You were coping with the situation, and you did, I have to say, very, very well indeed.
You were excellent and your ability to enjoy it as well.
Becky, however, seems to have forgotten everything we've ever taught her.
Oh my God.
Let's put the car into reverse. Absolutely no concept but speed. Keep going.
Oh, he's so pressed.
Okay, go and turn it round.
How?
She's another one who seems to hit the pedals with a lump hammer. Unlike Joseph, Becky doesn't show any improvement at all away from her nominator. But she's still adamant her bad driving is all her mother's fault.
I would like to know what you feel your mother's role is.
I just blank what she says out. And then as I'm blanking that out, also I'm blanking my surroundings out as well. Because I want to actually shut off. My driving on my own and my driving with someone else is completely different.
Do you think you're a better driver on your own?
Yeah.
The judges weren't impressed. They need to agree that one of our 8 has shown some vestige of improvement. Only then can I start giving away one of those new cars.
These people need to have some serious improvement.
That's right.
When he got on his own, it went up 70–80%.
I think for me there's just one person that showed an improvement and it seems quite clear.
The time is upon us. The time when we decide who is the most improved driver. But I have to say, none of these drivers are ready to go back on the road and be considered fantastic, brilliant, good even. They still need a lot of remedial work. But one of them has convinced me and the judges that they have shown enough improvement to win that brand shiny new car. So who's it going to be? Joseph, would you like to have a look at a car?
Joseph is still no Schumacher, but he did get better, a bit. So to build up his confidence, I gave him this rather self-important Rover, much better than his feeble old Ford. I also chucked in a course of driving lessons from the Institute of Advanced Motorists.
I was so excited when they told me that I've won the prize and I'm not Britain's worst driver. But I told June that when we go home, I'm going to open the bottle of champagne and I'm going to dancing all over the place on my own.
Join us next time and be appalled as our surviving 7 forget where the brake pedal is. And remember, one of this lot is going to be crowned Britain's worst driver. Which one would you choose?